You didn't even notice that somebody put out the wrong map of India. Maruf is coming into the debate. Maruf is coming in, sir. Maruf is coming into the debate. Maruf is wanting to come in, and Jayanta Ghoshal hasn't spoken yet. Maruf.
Mr. Verma, sir, please. Yeah. Okay. Now, Arnab, I just want to make a couple of quick points. The first is Mr. Patra's defense of the indefensible and the bureaucratic language that he is using to say that an investigation would be launched is the typical ploy to sidestep the issue and to cover it up. When public memory is being small, this issue is forgotten. He should clearly come out and say heads will roll. India's sovereignty has been questioned by mistake or by design. Let that be sorted out in due course of time, but heads must roll. Let me give you two examples. One is that the entire conflict is based on error, where cartographic error allowed Pakistan, the Times Atlas and others to stake claim over the Siachen Glacier, leading to a military presence which is a 30-year-old conflict now, purely based on oversight by people in the government of India here, till one army officer, Colonel Bul Kumar, brought it to the notice of the military. That in turn took Mrs. Gandhi's permission and launched a military presence there. So China has been waiting for this. They pick up maps like this and then it becomes an article of faith for them.
That's right.
We must come down single-handedly against that individual and demolish any doubt which is in anybody's mind. Most importantly, I want to drive home a point to the distinguished bureaucrat from Gujarat. Mr. Modi is no more the Prime Minister from Gujarat. Mr. Modi is the Prime Minister of India. And whatever MoUs and others may have been signed in Gujarat, kind courtesy the visit organized of President Z, Gujarat must learn to understand Indian interests far surpass any bureaucratic error or any jingoism that is coming to you all to say that we are doing this and we are doing that.
Why make it
in a national context?
Why make it a Congress BJP issue? What I'm surprised by on this whole thing, Maruf.
Please take stock of it and get it sorted out in the next 24 hours.
Well, I'm saying why make this a Congress BJP issue? I mean, you should have been. Jayanta Ghoshal has been very quiet. Let's get him into the debate. By the way, Jayanta Ghoshal, if you don't come into a debate when there are 4 politicians in full flow, then you won't get a word in sideways. So just a word of warning to you, because Sambit Patra tonight is completely on the back foot, and the question is, the BJP should have been doubly vigilant. No, the BJP should have been doubly vigilant, which they were not. The government should have been doubly vigilant, which it was not, for the simple reason that China had attempted to do something like this as recently as the end of June. I remember when Hamid Ansari visited China on the 60th anniversary of Panchsheel, and the Ministry of External Affairs had to protest when they showed the wrong map of Arunachal Pradesh. So we have now ended up doing what the Chinese have been doing with our map all this while, Jayanta Ghoshal. Which side are you on this debate? Which side are you on this debate?
Yeah, Arnab. Yeah, I'm telling you, Arnab, I agree with you. I don't want to speak much because I am not politician. But I have a small request that when I speak, please don't disturb me. I want to say only 2-3 sentences. Number one, I agree what Pawan has said, what Sanjay has said, that we should accept as it's a clerical, bureaucratic mistake what can give a wrong signal to the whole world. Sambit is not a government spokesman, he is a party man, party spokesman. I expect that Prime Minister office, as Pawan also mentioned, that MEA has an important role. It's not a bilateral issue. So the government of India, what government of India is saying, the state minister representing the state, it's not enough. We expect some reaction from Prime Minister's office. Tomorrow there is a press conference of the MEA spokesman. Maybe
that's right.
On the subject is on US visit, but we expect that government should clarify. Not only Gujarat government, Prime Minister office and MEA should clarify. If it is a mistake, there should be some action. I remember one small anecdote of the Bajpayee government. That time, Encyclopedia Britannica published a wrong map of Kashmir, and they mentioned that it's a disputed land.
That's right.
That time, Bajpayee government took a decision to ban the Encyclopedia Britannica in India, and they corrected the position, they apologized.
Well said. That's the problem now.
Not always a defeat.
You see, that is the issue.
Apology is not a defeat.
No, that is the issue.
But
What surprises
I want to mention.
Point taken.
No, but one thing, Arnav, just one sentence, that Narendra Modi's intention on China, that also we should not question.
No.
Because before election, on Arunachal Pradesh, what Narendra Modi said, that time Salman Khurshid was not very happy with those reactions, I remember. But
Mr. Goshal.
After that, when Chinese
Mr. Goshal.
head was in the
Mr.
town,
Goshal.
what government of India communicated
Mr. Goshal, Jayanta,
on
listen to me.
Arunachal Pradesh on one China policy.
No, Mr. Jayanta Goshal. No, Jayanta Goshal, hear me out for a minute. Hear me out for a minute, Jayanta Goshal.
Big canvas
Can I say something?
Also, no?
Sorry to interrupt you there.
For one micro mistake,
No.
You cannot jump to the conclusion that the whole policy is wrong.
One minute. So you are arguing on both sides. No, one second. Sanjay Chah, just a minute. You are arguing on both sides. That is not allowed on the news. I told you to take a position on this. The bottom line is not this. The bottom line is the context. What is happening today? And by the way, it's a micro mistake. It's a fairly big micro mistake. A. B. Why is the government quiet so far? C. Why is the BJP looking defensive? Why are they trying to bury it? I mean, they made a big goof up. This is happening at a time, by the way, 1 second, when the Chinese have been trying to make incursions.
If there is a mistake, there is a FOFA, they should take action.
Well, have they? Now, if they take action, they'll be taking action coaxed and pushed and cajoled by the media to act on something as unforgivable as this. I think Pawan Verma wanted to come in, Kamal Mitra Chenoy wanted to come in. Ladies and gentlemen, this goof up comes at a time when the Chinese have been trying to make incursions into Indian territory. We know what's happening in Chumar. You know what's happening in Demchok. Flag meetings have failed and the Chinese have been amassing troops on the border.
And Nirmala Sitharaman had gone to China. In fact, just before that, China had printed a wrong map. And Nirmala ji and Hani ji, in fact, had taken up the issue of cartographic depiction with Chinese government. So please don't doubt the intention of the government ever.
You know something?
I mean, over here, the clarification of the Gujarat government has already come. It has already come. The map shows the location and another data, the geographical area, population, per capita, etc. The map was not signed by any Gujarat government official and was not part of the MoU signed. So I believe
I don't think the Bharatiya Janata Party has understood the seriousness of this error. It's a sacrilegious, it's a blasphemous error. I don't think the Bharatiya Janata Party is still acknowledging that this can be gravely abused or misused by the Chinese tomorrow.
If you have realized within yourself the seriousness of this whole clerical error, then instead of quietly coming and telling us, why are you making this into an international affair? Why do you want to shout?
Do you realize that the Chinese have been calling Arunachal Pradesh as South Tibet?
My question is,
the Chinese are looking at Arunachal Pradesh like Taiwan.
Then the Congress,
don't you realize that?
In keeping the view of the larger national interest, should have shared
Arnab, with due respects, I think somebody is belittling and trivializing the enormity
Mr. Jha
and the gravity of
Mr. Jha.
What does the Congress want?
Mr. Jha. No, Mr. Jha, I have 1 second. Mr. Jha, 1 second. Can I observe something at this stage of the debate? It's now 33 minutes past 9. A lot of BJP supporters and Congress supporters on both sides were extremely worked up. Some of you are calling into our newsroom. We're not taking callers tonight on this debate. But Mr. Jha, please, I love the muscularity that the Congress party has got on foreign policy, don't you? Where did you get these diplomatic biceps? 1 second, sir. Where were these diplomatic biceps and triceps when you refused to acknowledge that the Chinese had intruded 19 kilometers into our territory? When your foreign minister Salman Khurshid refused to accept it? When you accepted it, you said it is localized. You laughed at the media and called it acne. When you tolerated a gross violation of our sovereignty. When you continued to ignore the brewing trouble at the border when the media made a big deal of it, you took on the media. In fact, if I may reveal tonight, the Prime Minister's office tried to bulldoze vis-a-vis the media at that point of time. The Prime Minister's office of Dr. Manmohan Singh. And on maps,
the Chinese to withdraw
Sanjay Jha.
But this is serious. This is an official approbation on the territorial sanctity of India. I mean,
really?
Let us not compare apples and oranges.
And this, I like this.
Weeks, but we drove them out. Look at this.
What moral authority do you have?
The explosive value of it being misrepresented and abused by the Chinese authorities.
And
I mean,
what-
this is
and what-
in fact an
and-
official
So, Sanjay,
document.
you are not
this has gone as
answering my
part of a
question.
media
If
kit
you realize
in close
that there was a
proximity to the
clerical or
Prime Minister of
bureaucratic
India.
error somewhere, and that was not good for the country.
We cannot
then all the
ignore
Congress could have
how
done
serious
is in
and grave
national
this issue
interest.
is.
You should have quietly
Arnab,
shared
this is a very
Anyway, I'm not here to bash BJP or this
channel.
This concerns India.
Silly mistake has
This
been
concerns
committed
India.
just
I'm not
because
getting
you
into
wanted
a
to
political
score some
tutu with
brownie
you.
points over the national interest. You had kept the national
ये
interest.
तू मैं ही तो चल रही है.
You want to score some
It is a
brownie
national
points.
Sambit
interest.
Patra and Sanjay Jha.
It is a national interest.
Well, I like it. One second, Sanjay Jha. Sanjay Jha, just a minute, please. Hold yourself back for a minute. You tonight, so I'm seeing both your irritation go up and I see your hand go up there. I see both go up there. I'm coming to you in a minute, Pawan Verma, but I must just make a small observation here. You know, for years, we told the Congress party, what moral authority do you have? What moral, today you talk about, you know, all this, I don't know. In September 2011, there was a man called A.K. Antony, right, in 2011. He was the Defense Minister of India. And you know what kind of a ridiculous, if I may say so, blasphemous, incompetent reply he gave when he was asked about the intrusion. You know, he said something like, we go into each other's area. Sometimes our troops enter their territory. Sometimes our people go there. And, we continue to have these jolly good differences in perception. Having done that, having compromised our sovereignty, I am also asking you tonight, I have every right to ask the Gujarat government why it messed up, and I have every right to ask the BJP why it's not acknowledging the mistake. But what right do you have, sir? Sanjay Jha, what moral authority do you have? You failed the people of India when you were in power, repeatedly on the issue of China. You did, and now your silence reveals itself. Pawan Verma.
Maintained the sanctity
This is
and the
precisely
Pawan Verma.
what I want to comment
nature
on.
of our borders.
Pawan Verma.
And we did not allow any official fiasco to happen
Arnab,
with the
Pawan
kind of
Verma,
this
please.
debate to another level.
Pawan Verma.
Sanjay, allow me. Arnab, whether it's the BJP
Sure.
or the
Sure, sir.
UPA or in general the government of India, this wrongful depiction has a background of a very serious neglect by successive government
Yeah.
of the border infrastructure that our defense needs in order to protect a over 4,000 kilometer line of actual control with China. China can move 30 divisions of 500,000 men to the line of actual control in 30 days. It has built 3,000 kilometers of highways on its side of the border and 2,000 kilometers of railway lines for supplies. Both the UPA, the government before it and the current government, I'm sorry to say, is very keen to have the ceremonial and the pageantry of foreign policy without understanding that with a country like China, you cannot interact from a position of weakness. Our defense border infrastructure has been neglected. And I want to say that in that context, please allow me to finish. I want to say in that context, sir, I want to say in that context, sir, this depiction, Sambit, I did not interrupt you. I did not interrupt you. Please have the courtesy and manners to listen.
Sambit, let him complete.
Please have the courtesy. It's not fair to you by trying to filibuster.
Calm down, sir. Let him
accept
complete.
that it could be a mistake. I accept that it could be a mistake. Nobody is doubting the intent. I just want to say that this error, if it is that, is particularly egregious and inexplicable in the light of this situation and what happened during the Chinese president's visit. We should have been extra careful. Because there was an affront to the nation during the president's visit to have the most major border incursion across our borders.
And what was the Ministry of External Affairs doing? Are they so incompetent they did not notice? 1 second. Two hands going up there. Kamal Mitra Chenoy, Maruf Raza, both want to come in. I'm afraid you're going to have to hear them. Kamal Mitra Chenoy first, then I'll come to you, Sambit. Maruf, you can respond to Sambit after that. Kamal Mitra Chenoy, yes, please. Clearly, you're not getting an apology tonight. You've been repeatedly asking for it. You're not getting an apology tonight. And I think the point is, what was the Ministry of External Affairs doing? The admission of a mistake has been made into some kind of a big ego issue, it seems. Yes, please. Kamal Mitra Chenoy. Yes, please.
Well, that's exactly the point. You are dealing with extremely sensitive matters when you're talking to President Xi. I would have expected double scrutiny, triple scrutiny. How is it that this mistake is made when you are talking to a very powerful state whose interests are often diametrically opposed to India? I mean, how can you make the mistake then? You can't blame it on one map reader or one person or two or three people. This is something that should have been checked threadbare, because this is not only an emotive issue, but a serious issue for Indian nationalism and Indian national aspirations to a border which is clear. I mean, this is a very serious matter.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to say one thing to our viewers. Once again, a lot of you calling in tonight. No,
it was a mistake.
We are not open. We are not open to calls tonight, but the debate becomes extremely important because the BJP has been at the forefront of all the attacks on the Congress UPA government when it did not take up with China issues of maps that have been used elsewhere, which have shown Arunachal Pradesh as a disputed territory. And now tonight, Sambit Patra finds himself in a straight... Yes?
Arnab,
I'm going to take...
I would be given chance to speak.
I will give you a chance, but what I'm going to do, Maruf and Jayanto, I don't know tonight whether Mr. Patra will apologize.